So here's the thing. I was procrastinating making the project that I started to procrastinate making the project I was making before that. So I might have started a new project, and I'll take you with me. But let me tell you something. This one is worth it. What we are doing today is a framework that takes care of complicated conditional choices. So I promise you, it's a good one. What you are seeing in the preview are choices that only appear because their minimum conditions are met. The choices that don't meet the conditions are hidden. And making a choice could change the reference value for a condition. For example, you can only go to a concert if the time slot when the concert is held is empty. If you choose to go to the concert, the time slot is no longer empty, so you wouldn't be able to do anything else at this time slot. So how do we make that not messy as fuck? Let's first make a boring regular RenPy menu to have an anchor point to follow our progress. I will add 3 options: drink coffee, go for a walk, and do nothing. Do nothing would have a minimum mood requirement, and each option would either increase or decrease your mood if chosen. But firstly, let's run the game real quick to see where we are at. Right now, all the options are visible and no condition is controlling their visibility. I made a new file, characterconditions.rpy, and in this file, firstly, I will make the character dictionary where all character condition states are saved. Then I will make simple functions to update the value of the different conditions type. Now let's update that RenPy choices menu. I will print the character mood in the dialog box for reference. And because that's my code and my channel, I will make the coffee option to increase your mood by 2. Although deep in my heart I know it's more like 1,000. Anyway, I will make the walk to increase your mood by 1, while doing nothing will decrease your mood by 1. Now, as we know the rules, let's add the function that updates the character mood state. If we run the game again, we can see at the beginning that the character mood is 5. And when we make the choice to drink coffee, we can see that the character mood has increased by 2, and now it's 7. Now we have a way to update the stats, but we also need a way to compare the stats with the conditions of the choices. Let's make a new function that goes through all of the conditions of the choice. And let's first check if our character is in a good enough mood. The function should return the text of the choice and if the choice should be shown or hidden. Now let's implement the function in our demo menu. We make a variable for each choice to hold the result of the function. Then we use this variable in the menu. But we add a if statement after that, so the choice is created only if the conditions match the current stats of the character. And since the character mood sucks, he needs to do something about it. So we see only 2 choices. Do nothing is not a choice anymore. We proceed by adding the other 2 conditions, and now we can have actually some fun with it. Let's make another label where 2 of the choices require the character to be adventurous. And unfortunately, the character is not adventurous enough to climb a mountain. But they are fine exploring a park. All of these activities require a solid amount of time, so when a choice is made, let's view a time slot. And finally, a third menu has 2 time-related activities. But one of them is not an option, because we've already decided to explore a park at that time. The third choice is not long enough to need a free time slot, but it requires us to be at least a little bit social and adventurous. And here we have it. Complicated RenPy menus made simple. I'm sure nothing bad would happen if I click the back button, right? Right? Alright, that was a little overly dramatic. But yes, for now, if we go back at the story, the character stats don't reverse to the previous level. And so we need to debug. The reason for this is because we are editing the player dictionary directly. Instead, we need to make a new version. The easiest way to do this is to make a copy with a copy.dcopy method from Python library copy. Yeah, take a shot every time I say copy. Now we edit the copy and replace the old one. Think about it as saving a new version of a file. And while at that, we should also make the player dictionary a default for the save function to work properly. And now we actually have it. I will leave a link in the description to the framework in my itch.io page. But before you go, the YouTube algorithm gods are asking for a sacrifice. In the form of like and subscribe. Please don't do any weird shit with goats. And in return, they will pop up a video on the screen you might like or something. Alright, thank you for watching.